Ba ba da da. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba da da da. Da 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 da. Ma ma na na na. Ma ba da da da. Ba bee bee bee. Do 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 do. Since you went away, the days go long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. The falling leaves drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. The falling leaves drift by my window. The falling leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves begin to fall. Good evening, everybody. How yous all doing? Hello, Gloria from Tennessee. Nice to see you, Tennessee. I have some, I wouldn't say roots in Tennessee, but I have some family connection to Pulaski, Tennessee. My grandfather, who was in the schmata business for about 60 years, he made shirts. He started off doing it in Brooklyn and then in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, moving west, ended up in Tennessee. He had a factory in Pulaski, or Pulaski as it's called. And then I once sang in, I think it was 2002. I spent a month in Chattanooga singing at the opera. We did a production of La Boheme. That was a fun job. A beautiful old downtown theater in Chattanooga. I can't remember what it was called. Not the Roxy, but it was an old jewel box theater that they had renovated. It was really nice. Hey, Anne, say that song you talked about the other night. I missed the live. Oh, so Anne is asking me about. Yeah, so it's not Eugene Onegin, but it was. So Pushkin also wrote the words for Eugene Onegin, but this was another Pushkin song called "I Loved You." That's right. Um, but I don't think that. Is it possible that Streisand recorded that? I don't know. I heard an interview she gave the other day. I think it was Terry Gross interviewing her. It was a recording from back in November. It was really great. I've never been a huge Babs fan. I mean, she's great, and I loved some of the movies she directed back in the day. I was never like an aficionado or whatever. But man, she came off as such an interesting and appealing and self-assured person and artist. I loved the interview. If you have a chance to catch it, Fresh Air. Fresh Air is the show. Just the greatest interview show out there. Terry Gross, public radio in Philadelphia. She interviews artists and other people, but it was a great interview. I heard it during a long drive. And one of the anecdotes that was so interesting was that she was doing a Sondheim song on one of her albums, and the story was that I think it was from Merrily We Roll Along, I guess. Oh, it's Send in the Clowns, that, of course, that very famous song. But she suggested to Sondheim that since she was doing it outside of the context of the show, it needed one more verse that would explain some things that happened in the plot that anyone watching the show would have understood, and that would have made the impact, the kind of narrative and emotional impact, and ultimately the musical impact of the song that would have made that really strong. It's strong in the show, but her point was that if you're just listening to this on an album, you're not getting all of this plot and all of the emotional web that the whole thing works on. So Sondheim agreed, and he wrote her an extra verse. But the way she described it was so cool. She was saying it's just because, Terry Gross was saying, like, well, what about the ego? Like, how do you have it was sort of like, how do you have the chutzpah to ask Sondheim to write an extra verse? He's, the genius of that art form of the whole century. She was like, it's just without ego. It's just for the sake of the project. Just, she knew that it needed this, and then he agreed. It was just a great interview. Look that up. And it was, I think the book was called, her autobiography, I think it's called My Name is Barbara. And so it was an interview conducted, I guess, when that book was released back in the fall. Howdy, what's up, Dave in LA? What's up, Richard in PA? Nice to see you. Hello, Donald. Yes, Donald is saying Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I was looking at that, and I was working on it a little bit. It's not there yet, but with the ukulele. But I'm gonna give you that one for sure. And then I was also looking at Somewhere Beyond the Sea, which is that Bobby Darin song from 1960, big hit. So there's a Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and there's Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Maybe I'll do a little bit of that. I will attempt that Bobby Darin thing later. I didn't really know that Bobby Darin song, but there was a movie about 20 years ago starring Kevin Spacey where I think he plays Bobby Darin, because maybe the movie was called Beyond the Sea. It was a biopic. When I first saw that word biopic, I always thought it was a biopic, like myopic, but it's a biopic. I think there should be a hyphen in that thing. Anyway, that song, Somewhere Beyond the Sea, somewhere waiting for me. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, and watch the ships as they go sailing. And then there are all these key changes, so it's pretty tricky on the ukulele. Oh, the brew works in Bethlehem, PA. That sounds like a fine idea. Hey, Mary, if I didn't say hello already. I think I did. Pushkin. Yeah, Pushkin. The thing about these guys, when you look at, like, I was talking about Chopin the other day. Chopin. He's got that amazing whoosh of hair. If you look at that sculpture of him in the Washenki Park in Warsaw, it's like steel, a big steel horizontal formation of hair in the wind. But Pushkin, and when you see those guys, they got the mutton chops. And then they get the hair on the sides. It's like a proto Justin Bieber. Remember when Bieber was like doing the comb forward? That was a thing that appeared in like the early 2000s. But if you look back, like Pushkin's got that also. They get it's not quite like a Julius Caesar, but it's like a side forward momentum of the hair. It's kind of a good look. I was in a few shows where we had to have the mutton chops, and in one or two of them, I grew out the beard and then shaved where you would have a goatee for the duration of the for like the 2 weeks of the performances. That is not a good look. The mutton chop, no bueno. It's really hard to pull that off. Hey, Neuro Geezer. Yeah, you listen to Fresh Air a lot. Yeah, it's a great show. You live near Fall Creek Falls? Is it called Fall Creek Falls or Creek Falls? I don't know. That sounds nice, living near a state park. Yes, Alton. That is the mark of a great interviewer. Someone like Terry Gross, Howard Stern also, who gets their guests going deep. I think they disarm the guest, and the guest starts speaking freely and just unguarded. And then the really cool thing, like the I think the ultimate moment for one of those interview shows is when they get the guest to reveal something and discover something at the same time. So something that they didn't even know about themselves. So the interview is not just kind of rehashing of things, but there's a discovery during the interview. That's a really magical thing. Have I been to Sacramento? Good question, Donald. I don't think I've been. Never been. Although I saw that movie. Wasn't that Greta Gerwig movie, that Oscar-winning movie a few years ago? Isn't that a Sacramento movie? I feel like I've spent time there just through watching that movie. I did work in San Diego. I worked and sang there. I sang in San Francisco. And yeah. And in Los Angeles, I did a bunch of comedy at different clubs there. Oh, that's interesting. Some of Mozart's arias demanded of him by the singer. Right. Write me an aria. I need a showstopper. Amadeus. Oh, Mac the Knife. That's a great one. Yeah. Nat King Cole, of course, is the best. Smoothest voice. Lush Life. Oh, I don't know that one. I know the title. Oh, Fall Creek Falls. What a name. Wow. That's so funny because I was just talking about. So my girlfriend spotted a very cute dog on a rescue website. It's called Great Dog Rescue of New England. New England, GRDNE maybe. Great Dog Rescue of New England, I think. And the dog was named Maddox. So I said, "Oh, Ford Maddox Ford. That's the only Maddox I know. I think a novelist, Ford Maddox Ford. It's kind of like Fall Creek Falls." Oh, I don't know Harvey K's Sideburns. There are no dumb questions. The only dumb question is the question that you don't ask. You know that old teacher chestnut? Oh, yeah, I love, Blumenstein. Hello. I love Beato. Yeah, I love those videos where he interviews musicians. Those are great. I've watched a bunch of those. Those are really cool. Beato? Does he pronounce his name Beato? It's something. All right. Yeah. The autumn leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I figure it's turning really warm here in New York suddenly, so that's the right moment to break out that song. So Autumn Leaves is a 1945 song composed by Joseph Kozma, or Joseph Kozma. It's a French song, Les Feuilles Mortes, Les Feuilles Mortes, the dead leaves. Original lyrics were written by Jacques Prévert in French, and then the English lyrics were Johnny Mercer. Autumn Leaves has become a jazz standard, and it's one of the most recorded songs by jazz musicians. More than 1,000 commercial recordings are known to have been released, wow, by mainstream and jazz musicians. Kozma was a native of Hungary, so he was living in Paris, it seems like. Ba ba da da, ba da 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 da. And it was a #1 hit. The instrumental was a #1 hit in 1955 in the States. All right. Now we know a little bit about that song. Okay, I'm going to try to. Oh, Yves Montand. That's what I found on. That's a really nice version. There's the French singer Yves Montand singing Les Feuilles Mortes, the dead leaves. So I got to learn the French one also and do that. That'll be my project. Keep those, please keep those song suggestions coming. I love it. I know I haven't really gotten to a lot of them yet, but that's the beauty of this show. This is the nosho, by the way, station identification. I'm Ethan, as you can see right there, Ethan. I've changed it from a lowercase to a capital E. How do we feel about that? I'm Ethan. This is the nosho. It happens every single night at 9 o'clock on the East Coast of the U.S., 9 p.m. And you can watch it anytime, and you can share it. If you like it and you're enjoying it, please share it with someone who might enjoy it. But the beauty of the show happening every night is no rush, no rush. I will get to the songs. And even if it's a song that I end up saying, you know what, that ain't for me. I'm enjoying a lot of the songs that people are sending me, even though sometimes while I'm hearing them, I'm saying, no, this is not a song I can sing or a song that vibes with me, but I love getting the suggestions and enjoying them anyway. Lush Life was written by, Neurogeezer says, Lush Life was written by Billy Strayhorn. In addition to Ellington's version, you might like the version by the singing group Fresh Air on their album, The New Weave. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for that suggestion. So there's a singing group called Fresh Air. That's like Terry Gross's radio show. Hey, My Way. Oh, what's up? So your name is My Way. I think the other night I thought that I read it and I thought it was someone suggesting the song My Way. All right, I want to check out this. By the way, at 8:59 p.m., 1 minute before the show started, I saw an email from there's a website called Actors Access, and it's the platform through which all of the auditions, like when my agent submits me for a project, and then if they want me to tape an audition or do an audition with them online, all of that happens through this platform. So I got 2 messages from them at 8:59 p.m. So I checked it out. So now I'm like, when the show's over, I'm going to see what was it that I've been requested to tape for. One of the characters is named Michael. It's a supporting role. Okay, that's interesting. Ba ba da da. And thank you. Yeah, it's always good news to get auditions. I get lots of them, and then sometimes you book something. That's how it works. Thank you, My Way. Here, I'm gonna look at this one also. And then there's a project called Flash Warning, which is an interesting name for a project. It's like naming someone. If you have someone, if someone who calls you, I don't know, a phone number that pops up. I was thinking you could save the name on your phone. Save that number as Scam Likely. I feel like Scam Likely should be saved on your phone. A number that calls frequently. So when that person calls, it just says Scam Likely. Okay, the other project is called, anyhow, okay. All right, Mary says sing a song. All right, I will obey. Let's find that one. The Bobby Darin, somewhere. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. Da 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 da, ba da da da. I'm gonna probably terminate this song after 2 verses when all of the key changes happen. There's all these modulations, and then it goes to the end. Do the My Dog Has Fleas song. I think that's the tuning of the ukulele. My dog has fleas, somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Oh, I got something in my eye. Yeah, Donald, that was a little brisk. You're right. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her heart I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the sea, she's there waiting for me. It's far beyond a star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. Okay, now we're to the, sorry, I had to just chop my way with a machete through all those modulations. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just like before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just like before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. I think one of the, I guess the way that all those modulations function, I'm gonna have to practice that and be able to do it. But it's like this journey into some choppy waters, and then it kind of works thematically with the lyrics, because then he's back home to that original key, and he decides he's never going to go sailing again because he's found his beloved on the shore. somewhere beyond the sea. Oh, thanks, Jeffrey says maybe good to wheel out a Hawaiian standard at some point. Absolutely. And when I started getting interested and excited about this instrument a couple months ago, I thought, oh, that would be really fun to do, to go to Hawaii and do a ukulele workshop there. So maybe I'll do that sometime. But yeah, my book has a few of those Hawaiian standards. Yeah, I'll take a look at them first. Yeah, Tiny Bubbles, of course. That's the one that that's like the national anthem, or of the instrument, or of that idea. I know you can't have a national anthem of an idea, but you know what I mean. It's the high point of that. It's that nosho. Tiny bubbles in the wine make me happy, make me feel fine. Technically, it's not the bubbles that are making him feel happy, it's the alcohol. But oh, Peggy Sue's a good one also. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I forgot to check Instagram if anyone's got any messages. Hey, holy smokes. Hey, Harry, how you doing? I just opened up that. It's, hey, Steph. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody over on Instagram. I see you in both places, Mary. Thank you. How did my day go? My day went all right. A couple of nice big dog walks. A little swim in the morning. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks for the kind words. Hello, Harry, out in the Southwest. This show happens every night at 9 p.m. in New York, but it starts at 7 p.m. in the Southwest, I believe. And in Texas, I guess. All right, Gloria, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy Fall Creek Fall. Fall Creek Fall. How are the auditions going? Thanks, Harry. Thanks for asking. Yeah, lots of them. And they're going all right. Oh, 8 o'clock in Texas. Thank you for correcting there. So the show starts at 9 on the East Coast, 8 in Texas, 7 in the Rocky Mountains, and 6 in Los Angeles. Today I did an audition for a theater thing. I did it with my friend out in LA. So we did it on at first I didn't have anyone to read with, so I just did it on my own without the other person's lines. Then my friend got in touch. We did it. It was for a play. It was cool. Fun role. Wait a minute. 7:30 in the South. That's just too confusing. It's 7. Oh, now it's 7:30. Right. Okay, good. I'm glad we don't have like a half of a half-hour time zone in the U.S. That would be confusing. All right, so that's my show. It's a half hour. It's every night. Sometimes it goes a little long, and sometimes I'll pop over afterwards for a little more show on Instagram Live. But tonight, that was the show. Let me see if I can find my lyrics. Ba 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 da 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 da. Oh, there it is. Look at that. I'm here every night, always. Every night at 9, always. If you're out of wine, all day long been crying, I'm still here at 9, always, always. If your rent is late, always. You can't find a date, always. I'll be here at 6. Oh, that wasn't an F minor sec. What the hell was that? Oh, there it is. I'll be here at 6 if you're in LA. Otherwise, it's 9 and always. Okay. Good night. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm here every night, always. Join me anytime. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Hustle Crow. Thank you, everybody. Oh, thank you, Neurogeezer. Good tip. If you hit a wrong chord, you're supposed to pretend that you meant it. Yeah, I meant that. Okay, thanks, everybody. Have a great night.